Do you ever feel like a better version of yourself is locked up inside, ready to escape? But no matter how hard you try, you can't quite get it out? The great samurai master Miyamoto Musashi thought that you don't have real potential when you're born, but you can make it through action, strategy, and discipline. This video shows 5 strong steps that I got from his teachings that will help you push yourself, think more clearly, and let out your inner warrior. Step 1. The 5-minute rule for passion hunting. Not knowing what you care about is one of the biggest things that keeps you from reaching your full potential. People look for their passion like it's a treasure lost in the sands of time, sometimes for years or even decades. Musashi, on the other hand, would have told you that enthusiasm is made, not found. In order to find your passion, the 5-minute rule says to do something that interests you for at least 5 minutes. If you're interested, do it again tomorrow. If it doesn't, don't feel bad about moving on. Passion doesn't come from thinking all the time. It grows through doing things and discovering new things. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain, Musashi wrote in the Book of 5 Rings. In other words, you can't be set on finding the perfect road right away. If you want to find your own style, you need to try a lot of different things, even if they don't seem to have anything to do with each other. The great thing about the 5-minute rule is that it takes away the stress of having to figure everything out. You let yourself try new things instead of waiting for inspiration to strike. You could, for instance, draw for 5 minutes, play the guitar for 5 minutes, or learn how to code for 5 minutes. The moment you feel drawn to do something more, that's your cue to go deeper. Musashi was always interested in new things. He learned to paint, write writing, build buildings, and plan strategies, as well as how to use a sword. He knew that having many skills made his mind stronger and helped him think of new ideas. You could get stuck if you only stay in one safe place. But when you try something new, even for 5 minutes a day, it can lead you to things you didn't know were possible. Keep the passion journal to help this work. Write down the things you did every day and rate them on how fun, hard, or interesting they were. After a few weeks, patterns will start to show up that will lead you to the things that really excite you. Don't forget that desire is something you make, not something you are born with. Follow the 5-minute rule, be open to new ideas, and let your life lead you to your unique potential. Step 2. Anti-goals setting. Setting goals like make more money, get fit, write a book, or start a business is what most people think of when we talk about releasing potential. Having goals is good, but sometimes they make us chase things we don't really want. The idea of anti-goals from Musashi's thought comes in handy here. Anti-goals help you figure out what you don't want to happen in your life so you can plan your actions to stop those things from happening. Setting goals isn't this, and it's surprisingly strong. It was said by Musashi, if you want to control other people, you must first control yourself. Knowing the traps and distractions that could throw off your life is an important part of having self-control. One example of an anti-goal is, I never want to work in a job that destroys my mental health. This is different from having a goal like, I want to make $1 million. You make choices based on this anti-goal because it keeps you away from bad situations, even if they offer money. Musashi was very careful to stay away from things that would make him weak. Comfortable jobs in the samurai class turned him down because he knew they would stop him from growing. Instead, he went on adventures, fought duels, and studied tactics all the time. It was clear what his opposite goal was: never get comfortable. You can follow the same rule. Make a list of the 5 things, people, or events that you must stay away from at all costs. Some of these are: being with bad people wastes time, being stuck in debt with money, having a job that stops you from being creative, letting health get worse, not being able to learn something new every year. You can build your life around your anti-goals once you know what they are. Like guardrails, they keep you from going down roads that waste your time and energy. People often find it easier to say what they don't want than to say exactly what they do want, which is why this works so well. That's because getting rid of the bad things makes room for the good things to grow. Musashi thought that life was a fight against being weak and distracted all the time. You can fight that battle wisely with anti-goals. You can move with more focus and strength when you know what to avoid. This is how you start to reach your full potential. Step 3. The wrong thinking. This wrong thinking hack tells people to question their beliefs and habits instead of blindly following rules and tips that have already been set. This way of thinking opens up new options and questions the way things have always been done. Miyamoto Musashi was a great planner who was known for going against the grain and changing his plans quickly to find new ways to win. To use this hack in real life, you need to figure out what beliefs or habits are holding you back. For example, you might think you're not creative, that you have to work hard all the time to be successful, or that failure means you're not good enough. By turning these beliefs on their heads, one can look at things from the other angle, wondering if they are creative but haven't found the right way to express it, or if working less and focused on what's important leads to more success. People get out of mental ruts and try out new ways of thinking by pushing themselves to think these wrong thoughts. Musashi thought that strategy should be flexible and change based on the situation, not stuck on a single plan. He practiced this mental flexibility. For instance, if someone thinks that they need to stick to a strict 9 to 5 schedule in order to be productive, the wrong thinking hack suggests that they try working in short bursts when they get ideas and resting the rest of the time. Realizing this can change how they do their job and help them find secret potential. So, to reach your full potential, you need to ask questions, try new things, and find your own way, which may mean thinking the wrong way at first. Step 4. Micro habits with a twist. Huge changes that happen all at once don't lead to big changes. They come from doing small things over and over again. These activities are called micro habits. But here's the catch. The micro habits that work best are the ones that you can do even when things are going badly. Miyamoto Musashi was a man who was very disciplined and practiced all the time. He knew that real success wasn't about short bursts of motivation or hard work, but about making small steps every day. He believed that focus over time makes you stronger than random effort ever could. This shaped how he trained and lived his life. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men, Musashi said at one point. It means that the real fight is not against other people, but against your own flaws, delays, and inner resistance. If you want to move forward, even if it seems small at the time, a micro-habit is an action that you can do over and over again. This could be writing one line if you want to be a writer, doing one push-up if you want to get in shape, or meditating for 30 seconds if you want to calm down. It's important that the habit is so small that it's hard to say no. Why does this work so well? Because it takes away the stress. Setting goals or habits that are too big or scary is what makes most people fail. They set goals to write 2,000 words, run 5 kilometers, or sit for 20 minutes every day, but when things get tough, they give up on the habit. You should always keep going, even if it's just a little. That's what Musashi tells us. Make sure that your micro habits can't be broken. It's such a small habit that you can still do it on your worst days, when you have no drive and no energy. This builds up a steady pace over time. Try reading just 1 page every day if your goal is to make reading an everyday habit. You might read more on good days, but the 1-page rule helps you stick to it. Whether you're too tired to do more than 1 push-up or squat, do just 1. It will keep the run going. In fact, Musashi's life showed that this was true. He found ways to train every day, even if it was only for a short time, even though he was in war, living in harsh conditions, and traveling all the time. His dedication to practicing every day, no matter how little, helped him get better and stronger in ways that no quick fix could. Connecting your micro-habit to a current routine is another important part. Rituals had power for Musashi, and science today agrees. If you brush your teeth every morning, do your micro-habit right after, like taking 5 deep breaths or writing 1 line in your journal. This process of habit stacking makes the new behavior easy to keep up. These little habits add up over weeks and months. Small changes add up to big ones, and you'll start to notice that your energy, confidence, and skills all get better over time. Remember that reaching your full potential isn't about doing everything perfectly every day. It's about doing what you can, no matter how small. Inspired by Musashi's discipline, this chain of unbreakable small habits will give you a strong base that will let you move forward no matter what. It will take you a long time to learn something. Start small, keep at it, and you'll see your full ability come out. Step 5. Steal like an artist. If you want to reach your full ability, you don't have to start from scratch. In fact, some of the best masters in history, like Musashi, learned by watching others and taking ideas from them, then making them their own. Steal like an artist means to look at other people's styles, methods, and plans and take what works from them and use it in your own. Musashi looked at the swordsmanship styles of different schools and took the best parts from each and threw away the rest. He was willing to learn from everyone, even those who were against him. Today, this might mean looking at the habits and techniques of great people in your field, picking out the ones that work for you, and changing them to fit your own personality. Copying without knowing is not the point. The point is to understand deeply. For instance, if you like the way a writer tells a story, look at how they organize and pace it. If you like how a competitor trains, look at how they plan their rest and intensity. After that, add these lessons to the way you teach. Musashi thought that strategy was general, which means that what worked in one place could usually be used in another. Because of this, he studied more than just swordsmanship. He also studied art, such as drawing, sculpture, and building. He took concepts from one field and used them in a different one. Make a swipe file with ideas, quotes, techniques, and methods that inspire you to work on this step. When you see something interesting, you should write it down. Over time, you'll build up a unique set of techniques that you can use. Remember that every master used to be a beginner who took thoughts from other people. You need to add your own style, your own twist, and your own point of view. This is what turns stolen ideas into original works of art. If you steal like an artist, you can grow faster, skip years of learning the hard way, and create your own style. If you know the way well, you will see it in everything, as Musashi used to say.